It's 12 o'clock. I'm about to go to sleep. I have the red LEDs for optimal sleep. But I was just thinking about, one topic, and that topic is the power of self belief. It's been a critical part of my life, right? Everybody says self belief, whatever, yeah, yeah, yeah. But I only like really noticed it when I started implementing it, right? Before, whenever I try to half ass stuff, you know what I mean? Before, when I try to, whatever, do anything, go do a test, gym, friendships, with my parents, with studying, with sports, with literally anything, whenever I half-ass something, right? Whenever I kind of like, went in thinking I'm not gonna do good, I never did good, never, right? And I think that self-belief is a very big part of it. Whenever you believe in yourself, whenever you go 100% thinking you're the man, thinking that you got it, you usually got it, right? You usually do way better than what you would have done if you didn't believe in yourself, right? But yeah, but whenever you try to kind of like trick your, brain into thinking that like, oh, I got it, but your brain really knows you did nothing to, get it, you also fail, right? So self-belief is very important, right? You need self-belief in your life to do anything, to succeed, to, even half succeed. You need self-belief. You need to have the idea that you are the best and you got it, right? But to really kind of ingrain that idea in your mind, you first need to like kind of put in work, right? Or prove to yourself that you kind of have whatever it takes to do the thing, right? For example, let me give you a big example, right? Say you're writing a test, right? If you're in university or high school or, whatever, or you have a job interview, right? If you're a little bit older. If you did not prepare for it at all, right? Say you did nothing, say you just, whatever, trying to wing it. No matter how much you believe in yourself, you literally don't know the information. You literally, are not ready for the interview. You will fail, right? Now say that person and say another person, they did their, they did their homework and whatever, or they did their, due diligence for the interview, but they don't believe in themselves. They'll come, weak, they come unconfident. They'll second guess themselves. They won't speak confidently. They won't write down an answer confidently. They'll whatever X it out and erase it and then write the same thing again. And you'll also fail, right? Now the third person, even if he does a little bit of work, right? Say he studies for 2 hours, right? Or he whatever goes to the company he wants to work for and just like looks at a couple of words, whatever, not a couple of words, a couple paragraphs, just does a little bit, and is confident in himself, he'll get the job. He'll ace the test. He'll do way better, right? Now there has to be some study to back this, but the power of self belief is so 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 important, right? That was just micro, like an example, right? But now imagine throughout your life, right? Say you go to the gym, right? And you do a certain weight. The confident person might get an extra rep in, right? Say out of 10, say the non-confident person gets 9 and you get 10. That's like, say, 10% extra on one exercise, right? Over time, just that little mindset shift or that little confident, change or that extra whatever took, a little bit of journaling, a little bit of whatever, that is a 10% extra gain, right? Even if it's 5%, even if it's 1%, what any percent over time does a lot, right? So we can see that the power of self belief, even though it might be minute, right? Even though you're not gonna just become fucking LeBron or whatever, or the best strongest guy in the world, but even that little bit does that much extra, right? So what I'm implementing right now, and what my work for you guys do, is to have small wins throughout the day that make you believe in yourself more, right? For example, right now it's 12 o'clock. I'm about to go to sleep. I was about to go to sleep. But I promised myself I record a video every other day, right? And I'm doing that right now. That will kind of make me feel like I'm, more of a YouTuber, more of an entrepreneur, more of a guy who's serious about self-improvement, more of, a locked-in guy. And that little extra self-belief in myself, me feeling happy that I just did this small win, right? That little extra 5%, that little 1%, whatever it is, it might carry over to tomorrow, right? And, I might record a better video next time, right? I might, have a little bit extra confidence, go to the gym and hit a little bit a better of a workout, right? I may be more confident, meet somebody new, right? All from that little extra 5% that made me more confident in myself, that carried over to other aspects of life, right? And as we know, right, this is a, age-old concept. There's a downward spiral, right? Where, you get worse and worse and worse. You feel sad, you break up with your girl, let's say you lose your job. Now these two bad things are kind of like working, so you start eating poorly, make poor decisions, lose even more money, be sad, and so on, so on, so on, right? But there's also an upward spiral. Not much, it's not talked about much, right? But that upward spiral kind of stems from the self-belief, the belief that you're the fucking man, that you could do anything you fucking want, right? That's where that comes from. And again, we could accomplish this by, say, you're, just right here, you eat, a little bit cleaner. So you think you're more of, I'm a healthy gym guy. You believe in yourself more. You go to the gym, you believe yourself even more. You're confident, you're, better, more kind of, like you have that attitude, right? And then you say you make one better decision, you make one extra sale, you're nicer to your friends once, whatever, blah, blah, blah. That momentum could go crazy, right? That extra 5% or 5% or 5%, just from you being confident in yourself and just becoming, more accepting towards yourself and believing in yourself, right? So there's one takeaway you want from this video is to, no matter what the situation is, believe in yourself, right? Be confident, right? And through that confidence, or, before that confidence, back it up. Do something to prove to yourself that you're not a fraud and that you deserve that confidence. And once you do that, your life will skyrocket in every single way. Emotionally, it'll skyrocket. You feel happier. Your success will prove that you are happier. You're mentally, not materialistically successful, mentally successful. Your spiritual will be better. Every single thing about your life will become better once you're confident in yourself. So as an actionable step, or something you could do right now, today, tomorrow, whenever you want, but I urge you to do as soon as possible, is to do one task, right? Say you've been pushing away your homework, right? In that homework, when I say it's a big project, start on it even just a little bit, right? Create a title page and do 5 minutes of research. That little kind of boost will make you kind of, feel good about yourself. Or let's say you've been procrastinating in the gym, or you've never even started the gym, right? Do something small that will make you kind of believe in yourself and become more confident. Say you've never started the gym, do a couple push-ups right now, right? Right now. Pause the video right now, pause it and do 5 push-ups, right? 2 push-ups, 3 push-ups, 5 knee push-ups, whatever it takes, and do that every single day, and you start believing in yourself, and you start believing the fact that you're the man and that you can do anything you want. And once you have that mindset, everything changes. Everything changes. The way you walk, the way you talk, the way people treat you, the respect you get, that will all change once you believe in yourself. Because if you think about it, if you don't believe in yourself, why should I believe in you, right? If you don't respect yourself, you're not confident in yourself, then why would the random stranger walking in the street feel that? Or why would your boss feel that? Or why would friends feel that? Why would your girl feel feel that kind of like respect towards you if you don't even believe in your own self? That's the number one, like, basic thing, is to be confident and believe in yourself. That's the basic bare minimum, baseline of anything, right? So yeah, see you in the next one. Just remember, always be confident and do small wins that stack up over time. Bye.